First and foremost, before we dive into this review, I just want to say what a roller coaster this arc has been for Black Clover. This has been the longest arc we had, and I think that it's been underappreciated because it has been long, and it only felt that way because we gotta remember, we are reading this weekly, and I see a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, this arc is dragging on for too long, and that's completely understandable. There are some chapters that were unnecessary in my opinion, but that does not ruin this arc for me, because since we are reading this weekly, it won't be the same enjoyment as someone who just picked up this book and started binge reading this whole arc. But now we can say that the devil is finally dead, and now it's heading to its conclusion, but this arc is far from over. There's a lot of things that needs to be addressed after this whole fight, and that's what we're here to talk about. So let's dive into this manga chapter review. Last chapter we left off with Asta doing the final blow against the devil, even though it was a team effort, but Asta was the closer. In the start of this chapter, we see the aftermath of all of that, and we see the devil is split in so many parts. You see, he have his arms over here, his legs over here, his head over here. Yami, Yuno, and Asta turned this man into many slices of pizza. It's over, he's now dead, finally. With accuracy, Asta finally sliced through the devil's heart, and then we see the devil speaking with Asta's devil inside his grimoire. Now, if you've been following me for a while covering Black Clover, you will know that many times on this channel we talked about that there's no way that this arc can end without the devil inside Asta's grimoire speaking with the devil that they were fighting. And it happened, and they're speaking with each other in this type of trance. I think it's the same type of place where Asta was speaking to his devil when he became Black Asta versus Lordos. Asta's devil was just laughing, mocking, saying, "Nice to meet you, my senior." And the devil that they just fought has no idea who this devil is that's inside Asta's grimoire. He has no clue. And the devil that's inside Asta's grimoire tells him that there's no need for you to know. You lost, goodbye, disappear. Now here's the thing, this makes me think that the devil that's inside Asta's grimoire has a huge agenda against the demon realm. I feel as though he is rebelling against them, or he is trying to go back to the demon realm because maybe he was cast out. Maybe he was cast out of the demon realm because he has anti-magic. Because the devil that they were fighting made fun of the fact that Asta had anti-magic. He looked down upon him, and the devil spoke like a royal, talking down on Asta because he has anti-magic and that demon, because anti-magic is such a gross thing to him. I'm starting to think that the devil that's inside Asta's grimoire and Asta, they are almost the same. Maybe the devil was being harassed, or the same treatment that Asta was getting because he has no anti-magic, the devil was getting that same treatment in the demon world, and maybe he was cast out, and maybe this is full of revenge because clearly he was not working with that devil that they were fighting. And that's probably why the devil chose Asta. He chose him for this grimoire. Asta having no magic at all, so this was the closest person in the human world that he can relate to. And guys, don't take this as facts. This is just a theory, giving my thoughts on why the devil is the way he is, or maybe just the way the demon world is set up. Not all the devils there work together. That could be it. But we do know that the devil that's inside Asta's grimoire, he wants Asta to lose control in his black form so he can take over his body. But why? We don't know his agenda. If he wants to take over Asta's body to destroy everybody in the human world, I don't believe that is true. I believe that was the devil's plan, the one they fought. That was his agenda. But I believe that the devil that's inside Asta's grimoire, he has a different plan. But we have to wait and see. There's so much to talk about, but let's dive furthermore in the chapter. You see Licht, the first Wizard King Lumiere, Nero, Patri, all seeing the disappearance of the devil and finally saying, wow, we won. And Nero is saying thank you. And you see Elf Charlotte and Yami talking about the devil's magic is disappearing. Everyone is all exhausted, just done with the fight completely. But then you see the devil's magic, the magic where he used to cover up the whole palace, the magic that steals one's energy. His magic is not fading and is continuing to corrupt the whole palace. And at this point, I'm just thinking, no, please no, don't tell me he's gonna come back alive. Because usually we see in Black Clover when someone dies, their magic disappears, the grimoire disappears. But I guess if you are a devil, when you die, your magic is still effective after death. That's crazy. But now everyone there is in a panic. They need to escape out the palace, and you see Lumiere talks about that his body is at his limit and he's still transferring his magic to others. This is bad, his body is breaking down. And you see Chami, Fogolian, you know, they all in a panic saying that we need to hurry and escape. And you see Fauna saying that this light is a connection telling us what to do by Licht, and we have to follow this light until we escape. Yami, Elf Charlotte, you know, they all in a situation where, you know, Yami tells himself that this ain't looking good. You see Lumiere's body is completely breaking apart. Licht's magic, his light is disappearing. You know, this whole situation from these panels just screams L. You know, everything is bad from top to bottom. And Asta and Yuno together gets teleported by spatial magic with everyone that are there escaping, and Asta sees Noel, and you see this cute moment. You know, they're almost face to face, and he's saying, Noel, you were safe. Then Noel screaming Asta. And I know the Mimosa fans are really upset with this because everyone's been talking about that Asta and Mimosa, they are the ship. They are the couple that Tabata is going to put together. But from this panel alone, it says otherwise, because you see Noel is blushing like crazy. And I don't know, it may be a Hinata moment and Sakura moment where the girl who really loves Naruto gets with Naruto in the end, you know, like Mimosa. But in this case, they both love Asta, Noel and Mimosa. So I really like this dynamic because it's not clear cut yet. You know, we don't know who Asta will get with. You know, there can be a plot twist where Asta may actually get with Sister Lily. That will be funny as heck. But then we see the person who saved everyone through the spatial magic, and that was Valtros. And you see Valtros says that I put my trust into a pitiful villain and I must atone for my sins. And you see Rades right next to him. And you see this funny dialogue between Asta and Rades, and he looks back saying, you guys, you know, he's shocked that these guys saved them. And Rady screams out to Asta saying that don't get any funny ideas, I did nothing wrong. And Asta said, well, you didn't do anything to begin with. You know, I really believe that characters like Valtros, Rades, and Sally, I believe after this arc they will join the Black Bulls. I will explain my reasons why in another video. I will talk about that in a separate video. And then you see Patri, he's talking to himself saying, there are some things that I must do. And you see William in the background. Now, this is hinting at the fact that William Vengeance is coming back, you know, the captain of the Golden Dawn. This changes everything because if he comes back, this changes the theories about Yami is the clear cut of becoming the next Wizard King. If William comes back, now it's between those two. It's back to that discussion. And I was one of those people that believed that William was never coming back. I already assumed that after this arc that Yuno is going to be the next captain of the Golden Dawn, but that changes everything. So I don't know how they're going to bring him back, but I'm very intrigued on what to see from the next chapter. Then you see Asta meets up with Captain Yami, the Elf Charlotte, Jack the Ripper, the former captain of the Purple Orcas, and Revchi, the first villain that fought Asta. And Asta looks at him saying, why are you here? And he said, I can say the same thing about you, you magicless idiot. And you know, those two still have some beef going on. But you see Lumiere talking about that, wow, the Clover Kingdom is filled with so many peaceful people, so many great different magic abilities. You know, this panel really reminded me of Julius, because that's how Julius acts when he sees different magics. And then it closed off with, we are going to escape out of here, and they see the door where they need to leave out the palace. And that was the end of the chapter. So this chapter was perfect. It was 10 out of 10. And you guys know I really don't rate a chapter 10 out of 10. This is probably the first time I ever did this. And it was just a perfect conclusion of how everything went down. The devil is now defeated. He talked to Asta's devil. Everything is all good. And I'm excited to see how everything is going to play out, how the Clover Kingdom is going to be when this is all said and done, and will William come back? But to end it here, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new, and I'm out.